Jared here. I've been meaning to do an update video. I have not been on stage for I've been taking a break from drag, and I'm getting ready to do some more cons coming up. Anyway, next month I'm going to Riverwalk Anime in San Antonio, and then in July I have two cons. I have Corpus Christi Comic Con, which is local, of course, and then GalaxyCon Raleigh. Now I'm going to Raleigh for a number of reasons. I went to Raleigh back in July for, not July, January for Animate, and because I met three of the voice actors from Hasbin. Several of them are going to be there again. I do not know if Erica is actually going to be at that con because the voice actress for Charlie, who I've already met, but I would like to, I would like to go say hi and meet her again if there's time. You're allowed to, like, I've learned that you are allowed to do that if you're not if there's time. Like, if there isn't a line out, if there is a line out the door, you're probably not going to have a chance to actually say hi to them because they still want to make, every celebrity that does the meet and greets and the autographs and the selfies and all that does cost money and it's not free. I've learned it's taken me a few tries to actually get used to doing that because personally I've been dealing with it, and I'm getting ready to do my next cons. Those are what I plan to do, and then in August, I'm looking to attend Animate Orlando, which is in Florida. Now I don't have to go to Florida. I don't have to go to Raleigh. I live in Texas. There's always a con here in Texas every weekend. It seems there's always a con going on somewhere in Texas. Like, but in case you may have gathered, I decided on off topic. As for the court, I'm stepping away. Like, I'm still part of the board. I have a year left on the board. I'm going to uh, honor that obligation. I still have a year, but I'm not going to be. I'm going to be stepping away. Like, next year, I'm going to do my con thing, and if I decide to hop in and do a show, because I'm not going to really be pre-performing as much. I'm still gonna do drag and I'm still gonna cosplay and stuff, but I'm gonna do different. I'm not gonna just restrict myself to doing drag or restrict myself to doing cosplay or give up a lot to be at court functions. Now, I haven't cut my hair in a while, so that's why my hair is kind of a mess right now. This is the length it is right now but I've always been very much a con. I'm enjoying going to cons, probably more than going to coronations, going to court functions, even being at the bar, because I really don't drink anyways, and it's not something I do most of the time. When I go to the bar, I'm usually drinking water or soda and not drinking alcohol, which I've just, I would say I'm about 95% sober as far as alcohol goes. Like, that 5% that I may drink once in a blue moon is few far in between. It's not something I do all the time. And also, so I have not gone to an actual con since February when I went to Animeverse and Anime Corpus. Now, every con is different. Some cons I will meet celebrities and I'll go and meet them, but there are some cons where I'm not going to meet any celebrities, like Anime Corpus and Corpus Con. I'm not going to meet any celebrities. I'm just going to go to the con, cosplay, meet people, and explore. Kind of like making it, just be extra, I guess. But that's as for when I went to Anime versus Houston, I met several of the cast members that in Aspen. I met Joelle Valentino. I met Velvet, which is Lily. I met Alex Brightman. I met Brandon Rogers. Which my plan, I have a signed poster of all the Hasbin cast members that I've gotten so far, and then I also plan on meeting in a Riverwalk. What I want to in San Antonio. What I want to do is I want to meet Brandon again because I want to get a Hello Boss poster because some of the Hello Boss people are going to be there. But I'm gonna run into him. I'm probably gonna run into him in GalaxyCon too because, and Alex Brightman's gonna be at GalaxyCon in July. So it's like a lot of the people that I've met already, I'm gonna see them again. But it's gonna, but did I? Because some of the cast members I have not met are literally gonna be at these other cons, and I'm trying to make those I'm trying to get those signatures. Like, for example, Keith David was supposed to be at GalaxyCon Raleigh, but he canceled. I don't. Hopefully, he's doing well. I don't know if he's sick or he just had another obligation. But it happens. We forget on many occasions that celebrities are still human beings and they still have lives. They have families. They have other and for example, Jessica Vox was supposed to be in Richmond back in last month, but she didn't come obviously go because she was still on Broadway. Which again, if you're on Broadway, you're probably gonna be on Broadway and not be at a con. I mean, because that's what you want to do. That's your passion. That's your job is being an actress or an actor. And so Jessica Vox is scheduled to be at she's scheduled to go be at Animate in Orlando, and she's also scheduled to be in Des Moines, Iowa's GalaxyCon. Now, I was going to consider going to Des Moines con, but I was like, you know what? I think I'm going to do the one in August because there are several that I have not met in August. Like, there's a bunch of the voice actors for Millie, the voice actress for Moxie, Richard Horvitz, which he was at Animate Raleigh back in January, but I didn't see him because it wasn't in my budget to do so. And I'm trying to see everybody, trying to see all the cast members progressively. Like I'm not gonna be able to do it all at one con. I wish I could. I wish I could honestly say that I could meet them go to one big con and meet everybody. But not everybody at every con. That's the fun part. That I think it makes these con adventures fun is that I get to do these, and I've very much I'm like I've said, I've taken a break on a drag, and I decided not to run for Monarch for my own personal reasons. I'm not going to say on social media. I'm not going to say on the internet why I'm walking away from the court. It's really like, and besides, everybody has their reasons for. I think things happen for a reason, and if I still want to cosplay and be, I've also thought about doing which I thought about doing Sweetheart, which is a local bar title. Not it's considered a bar title, but it's considered a big pageant here in Corpus. Again, I don't expect to win. I'm just doing it for fun. And recently, I did a local bar title. I entered a day before the pageant, and I did a Lucky Charm, and I got runner up. And that's because I don't do pageants anymore, and I hadn't been performing as much. So it's weird how not even I literally threw together what I had at home and made it work, which I don't know if maybe that's both maybe like in a presentation I did my Penelope cosplay for presentation because the presentations were green and gold and I wore that emerald green dress and I wore the gold jewelry and it looked cute and I had the red hair. I thought I looked good, and then for talent I did Happier Than Ever, the Kelly Clarkson version, because I can do that song very well, and I can emote it, and I can know every freaking word of it, and be fine. But truthfully, at this point, I'm glad I did the pageant. I was not expecting to get runner-up and win talent. I won talent by doing a ballad, not even dancing, which shows that sometimes the person I used to be when I was a competitor is that sometimes it's better to be clean and not be all over the place. Because doing a number that you normally do for a show, you shouldn't do for a pageant unless you have everything perfect for it. What I did was I wore a nice gown, I wore nice jewelry, I wore nice hair, and I was clean, and that's what helped me win talent. And had I scored better in audience response, I might have won. But I'm not upset that I lost because I truthfully didn't expect to win. I didn't even expect to get runner up or even win talent. It was just I rarely I lose more than I win. And then in March, we had another event happened. Besides that, was CadabraCon had a pop-up event, like a mini con type event here in town. It was on a Saturday. Me and my mom went. She cosplayed Velvet. She also cosplayed Velvet for Animeverse too. When she met Lily, she got to meet Lily too. So we got to go, and I got to, I cosplayed Millie from Hell of a Boss, and I was testing her out because I had never cosplayed her before. It was a new character for me to do, I'm glad I did. I thought I looked good. I looked like the character, and in the contest I got at our little contest I got third place. The two people that were ahead of me, I expected them to beat me because they made a lot of their stuff and they're obviously more craftier than I am. Truthfully, I'm still learning how to make certain things, and also I'm not super crafty. Like I know how to mod things and find things that fit me and mod them. That's pretty much what I do most of the time. It's I do the same thing with even drag shows. You know, unless I get a costume made or something, I'll take something I already have and mod it. Which because finding stuff that actually fits is for a plus size cosplayer is hard sometimes. Like the black jeans I wore for Millie, I didn't rip them because I'm not comfortable showing skin. And also I didn't wear it as a crop top. I like underneath I would wear the red undershirt, and then I would like I had ironed on like the heart tattoo on her shoulder, and then and as the undershirt. So all I had to do is paint the face, which makes it. And then of course my legs are covered because I'm wearing pants. But the point is, it's just to make it easier, and I still look like a character. I was impressed. The only negative thing I did not have for that particular cosplay was the horns. I ordered them and they didn't come in time, but it's okay. I wore some backup horns I had in my closet, like these black horns. They were emergency. Like I kind of just used them because they were the only things I had at the time. But I ended up doing that and getting third place, and I have my first con award, yay, cosplay award, yay, which is good. I like when I do like I do because eventually I'm gonna win something eventually. As far as cons go, like I do not expect to win contests. I don't do the contests to enter. I'm just doing them for fun. You know, whether I'm a size 22 or a size 4, a size 2, I'm still gonna be a cosplayer. And I don't claim to be a size 2. I don't claim to be skinny. I'm definitely not. And I definitely want to experience different places and different. You know, traveling is no different than going to coordination or any of that stuff. So I would like our coordination is happening in a couple of weeks, and it'll. I've even said it on social media that I am not, that our coordination is probably the last court function I'm going to attend for a while, because I would rather like I'm having a blast going to cons, and I'm not regretting it one bit, because you never know. You only like they always say you only live once, but I'm also not performing as much, but I don't regret that either. Like when I saved up my tips for animate back in January, I worked hard for that, and I'm not saying that I'm gonna still do it because I'm still gonna I probably will still do shows. I just don't make a lot of money at shows, especially like I'm lucky if I make $10, and that doesn't really it's not really worth it in my opinion when that's not even the lift cost to get to and from the bar. And I know it's not about money, but you know when you're not doing charity, you know your drag is definitely worth more than that. And I'm not saying I have to be paid every show or do every show. That's why I'm not. You know, like for example, last week, I think it was last week. No, 2 weeks ago, I did one of our cast members. It was his birthday show, and he requested me to do "Out for Love" from Has Been. Now, I did not have a Carmella cosplay, so what I had to do, because I only had like a week to prepare for it, I ended up wearing that black top that I. There's a video of me doing the transition of my closet Carmella, which is I wore the black top, the black leggings, the I wore a white belt, and then I wore the black and white hair and the black headband. The only things I did order the ribbons to kind of tie on my legs, but I didn't have time. I couldn't figure out how to get them on correctly, and I didn't have time to sew or any of that stuff. So I was like, I'll have to do without them, and then do without them, and then so I just wore the black. And I think people liked it. They knew who I was supposed to be. Well, he was the person who requested me to do that. Was how I did a Carmella mix with all the songs that she sings in. So I've never done Carmella. It was not a character I plan to do anytime soon. It was just kind of just thrown together. The only thing I had to order was the wig, and which the black and white wig since I didn't have that. Thank God for Amazon, right? 2-day shipping. Amazon Prime, it's a saving grace sometimes. But I'm glad that I got to do that, and that's the last show I've done since it's been like what, 2 weeks now. Yeah, 2 weeks. Yeah, almost 2 weeks. I did it, and I performed well. Was it, like, it was definitely something. I was very self conscious about it too. I was like, this is not my best work. This is last minute. It was thrown together with what I have, and then I wore my, luckily I had a black top, white belt, you know, white shoes. I didn't. It was just, and I ordered the ribbons, and it couldn't get them on correctly, so I just decided not to wear them, and then I ended up, and that's kind of what I did, and it worked for for it being a last minute thing that I was not planning on doing. People, nobody like I don't see a lot of Carmella cosplayers. I've seen a couple here and there, but you don't see a lot of Carmella. You really don't. So the fact that I did her for a last minute kind of a closet cosplay mostly. I had ordered gloves with the nails on them, white gloves, but they didn't come in time, and I ended up having to cancel the order since they never showed up. Because Amazon has this policy where you have 2 day, like if they don't deliver it in that 2 day or 3 day time frame, you can request a refund. And I did, because once once it was past the day, I was like, no, 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 no. We're not gonna do that. We're just not gonna. I mean, it the event had already passed, so there was no point in me trying to get another another have it and just. Now, if in the event that I decide to cosplay Carmella again, I'll actually try to get the actual cosplay. Like, my next cosplans that I'm gonna do is, obviously, I'm gonna do Millie again for what you call it. I'm gonna do Millie for Riverwalk on Saturday, and then Sunday I'm bringing out. I have a new cosplay I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do Emily from Hasbin, which her cosplay came in today in the mail. I have not tried it on yet. I will do that when I get home, but that'll be now. I have both cosplays I need for next month. Now, my next step is getting stuff ready for June. Now, in June, I don't have any cons. Yeah, I don't. It is Pride Month, so I'm probably gonna be back on stage in June. I don't know how many shows I'm gonna do yet. I know that we're gonna do a lip sync battle, which I when back in December when my drag sister had a birthday show, she ended up not. She ended up having the contest, and I ended up becoming. I was one of the winners. So people need to realize that I actually do know how to lip sync, and it's just, and I know my words when I go on stage. People can't take that away from me. I know some people were probably like, when I beat certain people, I'm sure they were upset, but it was like, well, it's not just about the main focus of a lip sync battle is to know your words, not how many cartwheels and flips you can do, because I can't do any of that. And I know there are people that are bigger than me that can do it, but I cannot. I am not physically trained to do cartwheels or death drops or flips or flip all that nonsense. It's cool that and splits. It's cool that people can do it. I'm not saying don't do it, but if it doesn't add to your number or add to the song that you're doing, then I wouldn't do it if you're being judged on a lip sync. I know that's going to be a big one, and then I know we have in June. I also know we are doing a Victoria Secret time, so we're gonna all wear angel wings and be Victoria's Secret, whatever. It's part of Pride Month, so we're gonna be doing that during Pride. Now, also in June is also the pageant, which I might still do. Now, I have this very ambitious idea that I want to do. It's it's a little bit. It's inspired by Hasbin in some ways, and I'm trying to work on the lore for my character, because if I'm gonna do it, I want to have some sort. If I do it, if I debut her at a con or them at a con, I don't want it to be a character. I want people to like. So I want to do a non-binary Pride Angel, and the character that I want to do, like it's inspired by Hasbin. Like, yeah, like I'm gonna buy the base wings. I'm gonna put stones of the non-binary colors, and because that's going to be part of my Pride look for presentation for the pageant. But I also want to use it for Victoria's Secret, so it has more than one use. But I'm also going to try to make it into like for the drag shows. I'm not going to do the gray face. That's going to be I'm going to do the gray face for the con because the gray face is most of the angels in Hazbin have gray faces or grayish faces. So that's why I want to do that. Now, I haven't ordered anything for that yet. I want to. I have this. I want to get like jewelry. I want to get like a fan crown that'll be the halo, and then put stones on the wings and all that. It's a process. It'll be a very interesting process because I'm gonna do that for Pride, but I also want to do it for July at Corpus Christi Comic Con for the contest. I want to do it for because you're allowed to enter OCs at certain like not every con, but there are some cons where you can enter an OC and no one will care. Like I know in Corpus Christi Comic Con they allow it. I know in I believe GalaxyCon it allows it. If you're just doing like I'm gonna probably just do the runway one like I did at Animate because I didn't make all of it, so that's why I know like when it comes to contests, I enter the ones I'm allowed to enter. So I'm not going to enter a contest where it's all craftsmanship and you have to make 70% of your stuff because I know I didn't, and I'm not going to lie about it. Like I'm not going to be dishonest. Like if I'm going to win or place at any cosplay contest, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it for the sake of me, and I'm going to do it because I want to. Now, I also want to get more than one use out of this particular character. Like I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do a regular drag face for the for the shows, but like I said at the con, I'm gonna do the gray face and be a has been inspired character, OC, whatever. Now I want to have it for Pride. I also want to have it for Comic Con, both Comic Con and what you call it, GalaxyCon. I almost lost my train of thought because I would like to be able to show people my work. I It's extremely creative of me to do. It's something different. I mean, originally I got this idea for my talent for not talent for my pageant for the pageant idea, but then I was like, wait a minute, chin rub, chin. Why don't I do this? Like, I can make this an OC for a con. Why not? I haven't figured out a name for her yet or them yet because they are going to be like a non-binary Pride Angel acceptance or whatever. It's kind of lame, but uh, I just feel like I don't know. I haven't figured out their name yet, but I already kind of have an idea that they get along with they get along with Emily and Sarah and Saint Peter and all them, but I don't. They would not get along with Lute or Adam for obvious reasons. No, Lute's gonna be the person who's like, why did they get to be blah, blah, blah. It's gonna I have this whole vision of what my character how they'll react with each character, but I just need to I'm trying to write it. I'm trying to figure out her lore of how she became that type angel. Like I know that she's I keep on misgendering them. It's they present slightly more feminine, but that's why I'm saying she probably. But they are probably going to be a bit more be a, a bit more they're kind, they're nice to people, they're respectful, and they want to encourage acceptance and all that. It I mean, there are characters in Has Been that are in heaven that are canonically, canonically of, of the alphabet mafia, as it were. But at the end of the day, we still have a lot to catch up on. And at the end of the day, I'm still trying to figure out everything. Like, I may change my like as far as doing this character. It'll change my lineup for the con. Now, my that's what I'm gonna do. Do I like? I don't have a real reason to do it. I'm just doing it because I had the idea came to me for the pageant, and then I was like, oh, I could make it I can make it an OC, and and make up and come up with lore for it. And I'm working on the lore part of it, and I'm gonna probably make shit up as I go at the cons. I'm like, my character doesn't like you. My character doesn't like Loot. Can't stand her. I mean, I love Loot. I like her character. I like cosplaying her character, even though like I never thought I would like a villain character, but villain characters are fun to do. I'm like but I know that if my my OC was in this particular OC would not get along with Loot because Loot has her own agenda and doesn't feel like my character deserves to be at the same level as like Adam, because that's what she's gonna be. She's gonna be an Archangel or there. I say it right. Not trying to misgender my own character on purpose. Just I use I try not. To, I've been getting better at it about using not gender neutral terms for anybody. Period. Unless I know for sure that they identify as a female or male, I do my best to use gender neutral, like they to let them know. But I mean, I've been talking for almost 30 minutes, and I thought I would catch you up of what's going on and what I want to do with all the cons I'm going to. I have Riverwalk Anime, I have Corpus Christi Comic Con, I have Pride in June. So a lot of stuff's gonna. It's kind of good I'm taking a break right now because a lot of stuff's about to come out. This is the calm before the storm, and I didn't have anything this month because I was like